Hey, what's going on, guys? 118 Set Shadow here. If I sound like I'm a little down as compared to usual, it's because I caught a cold over the past weekend. So I ended up spending Memorial Day weekend just hanging at home, just trying to recover. So I'm still recovering right now and still have a bit of a cough as well. So please bear with me as I continue to go through with today's market watch, which honestly, there isn't as much to cover this time around, so we've gone over so many fallouts in the market, and we have set 10 sneak preview coming up this weekend, and yet despite that, there's still more of fallout in the market going on, and it's more or less all the same cards that we talked about last week without too many breaking trends. So what we're going to be doing today is talking about the bling market instead and seeing where those trends are going, because we have mostly been covering base rarity in terms of fallout and some gains, but surprisingly there are some fallouts in the bling market right now too, which I want to go over. Before we do that though, I want to take a look at promos because we haven't talked about those for a little while, particularly with set 11 going to release this week in Japan as well. We can see that Oath of Vengeance and Broken Toys are still pretty expensive, especially Broken Toys, which only has 3 listings starting at $60 right now. It's just ridiculous. Halbay, of course, is still over $40. And then Oath of Vengeance has managed to stay in the $30 range, 30 to high $40 range. It's just not going anywhere. We desperately need some additional reprints of these cards. There's no way their price is going to go down at this point, given that despite the fact that their decks are not that heavily played, they're still very expensive. We take a look at some of these other ones. We talked about Sanctitude before. Canal Guard is still holding as what I'd say is probably the most popular promo coming out of May. What else have we got? The Trickstar foil of the monochrome version. It has listings over $10 again, almost $12 to start off with. And then we just have so many various foil or the Burning Flail Dragon full art where TCG Player just has not put images up of any of them yet. It's kind of saddening to see that. If we take a look at the second page, Order Hatchet is still underneath $10. Light Shines, also under 10. I'd probably want to keep your eye out for this one as we've got the Hololive collabs coming in our version of set 10. That could give it a little bit of extra value. Let's see, Empyrean Blue Dragon, still about $5. This one has not been climbing, falling as it used to be anymore, but then again, Flagberg has really fallen out of favor. Resolute Pair of Eyes, we're still looking at $5 to $8, depending on if you want the foil or not. Macarites are close to 4, regardless of the type. Blotched for Graham Grace, excuse me, $4. Yep, I'd say that about covers what we've got for promos here. So on to the bling market. We are going to start with set 1 Zorga, Blue Zorga, which for some time, even during the announcement of set 10, this card's SP has been low, but over the past few months it creeped back upward. I managed to pick one up while it was still closer to $5 when Zorga was just completely fallen and you had Grave Zorga to replace it. But now, finding this card cheap is very difficult at this point, as you're looking at 35 base and listings are selling for at least $20. Excuse me again. LG Pixie, and then Abyss Temptation. These are full art SPs from set 1 of the panorama triggers that go with Blue Zorga. They've been up in price and typically sell for at least $15 if we take a look at listings here for Pixie. If we take a look at Abyss, we're looking at least $20 on sale here. They have climbed up to over 30 at some points, but haven't sold as heavily here. But with Zorga coming in set 10 as Mask, definitely keep your eye on these as well as Blue Zorga. Six Flower Fractal seems to have fallen out from its hype price. We did have a few sales at close to the $20 mark, but we have a number of listings back on the market for just over $10 now, so if you're looking to pick up high rarity Lauren Arrow, you've got some option there now too. Can't say the same for Wallista though, as with Wallista being the deck to come out of Festival 2023. Excuse me. The ride line has been seeing buyouts. We're looking at $3, $5 on the last sells, but the grade 0 is now $10 upward. The grade 1, $25 on upward, and they have been selling at just under $20. There are only 2 listings left of it though. And then you have the grade 2 Expanding World Ballista, which only has 1 listing left now. This has sold for $25 more consistently as of late, but there's only one $30 listing left. So we definitely need some more listings of the Ballista SPs on the market at this point. Can't say the same for Christian, Diva of Refreshing Calm, one of the SP Perfect guards that you can pick up from set 1. This card has jumped back and forth a lot, holding at a market price of about 17, but it's got 19 listings and has several single cell copies for close to $10 right now. So you have options if you're still looking to bling out this card in terms of SPs. Shadow Cloak is also down in price from its hype high, where how many listings actually sold? We did have some 20 listings and then $20 listings and then $35 ones sold, but we have a number of copies available now for $10 to $12. Once those are all gone, we go back up to 30, and it's just surprising how we ended up with so many copies back up on the market at this price. I mean, Shadow Cloak is a Zorga support card, and I anticipate Mask decks will end up using it. So, I'd say it's probably good to pick them up while you can, but if Zorga Mask does fall out, then this card will probably fall out even further. It really just depends on the deck. Ernest Rivetta. This card was sold out the last time I talked about it for the holofoil version. Now we have 4 listings back on the market, starting at $9. All of them are single copy listings, and the last sales were $3 and $5. So this card isn't a staple, but it is something to keep in mind as a really good generic, as it's basically an instant 10k booster just by having something else in the column. There are some cards that are just overpriced right now in terms of SPs though, like Along with Smiles Giza, which has been listed for over $10 for a while, but this card is not sold since March. It's a support card, or it's a support card for Clarissa, that's right. It's a support card for Clarissa, which blocks all Earns Corrects, giving them all an extra 10k shield, but then it also makes it so that Earns Correct rear guards cannot be hit, so it's kind of pointless to give 10k shield to all of your units with Earns Corrects when all the rear guards can not be hit anyway. In any case, this card is overpriced given that it just doesn't sell, and honestly, there's no room to put this card into the deck anymore. Rugina, on the other hand, well, it sold for $10 earlier this month, but there's only 1 listing left for $20. And I mean, you might be able to fit this in here and there, but it's hard to fit in nowadays, and now it's really just to pick it up just to have it. So probably get a few more listings up here for closer to, I don't know, $10 again, and it might sell. And to wrap it up, we have Judith, the FR Perfect Guard of set 3 of Lyrical Melody. It got bought out. $20 and even a $30 sale at one point, but there's only 1 listing left at $40, so we need some more copies of this on the market too. But it is a ghost, so I assume players with Felty Rosa will want to grab as many of these as possible. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize again for, yeah, I'm just still recovering. But if you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.